I think he's sitting down.
Exactly. I can't do that many times. So anyway, I have the disintegration. And so I'm getting
all right.
once every 3 months. Yeah, I haven't had any. Next one will be in well, in fact, it's enough. You can't get the shot. You can't get a shot once every 3 months.
Please take seats. We'll start the program right away.
Medicare won't pay for it.
My name is May2. I'm the school head of industrial engineering and management. I'm especially pleased and honored to welcome Ken and Lynn Case, our distinguished guests online as well as in person, faculty, staff. This is the agenda of today's program. Can we close the window?
Sorry.
So the main program will take about an hour, and then we have a reception to follow. Before we start the program, I want to recognize a few groups. Our seat leadership team, we have Dean Huang here. John Vinstra. I'm also appreciative of my fellow school heads. I think I have a few of you here. And IEM faculty and staff member. I cannot do this without you all. Thank you so much. And Seed Online Learning is reporting all of this. Seed Marketing, Seed IT. We're all working together to make this happen. So thank you. Today we are here to recognize one of the most respected, decorated, and influential member of the IEM community. And when I was preparing this slide, I had a hard time boiling it down. So I'm sure I'm missing something here. But any one of this bullet point would make any one of us proud. But Dr. Ken Case has them all. And in addition to his achievement, he's so generous. He has given so much to IEM. And for that, thank you. In the spirit of gratitude, here we are announcing a Society of Philanthropy today in Dr. Ken Case's name. Every gift will be a symbol of countless gifts Ken has given to the department, to the school, to the university, and to the industrial engineering community as a whole. And we will remember multiple generations to come. And with that, I will pass the floor to Mayor Will Joyce. Would you please sit? Yeah.
Well, I'm honored to be here today. Thank you for the invitation to come and help to honor Dr. Case. We really appreciate, I appreciate the fact that I'm able to be here to be a part of this and to present a proclamation in recognition of Dr. Case's contributions not only to Oklahoma State, but also to the Stillwater community. So I'll go ahead and read this proclamation. Whereas Dr. Kenneth E. Case received his bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees from Oklahoma State University in industrial engineering and management, and served as department head from 1980 to 1982. And whereas he developed and deployed the first online master's program for the industrial engineering discipline, and is currently a Regents Professor Emeritus. And whereas Dr. Case is a fellow of the American Society for Quality, a recipient of the ASQ Eugene L. Grant Medal for the Distinguished Service Medal, and in 2020 was named an honorary member, the highest membership grade, only the 34th in 73 years and one of 11 living members of that membership. And whereas Dr. Case is a fellow of the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers, and the 29th person since 1962 to receive the Frank and Lilith Gilbreth Industrial Engineering Award, the highest honor presented by the Institute. And whereas he was elected in 1990 to the National Academy of Engineering, considered among the highest professional distinctions bestowed to an engineer, where he chaired the peer committee and has served as a member of the Committee on Membership, the Nominating Committee, and the Membership Policy Committee. And whereas Dr. Case was a senior examiner on the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award from 1988 to 1990, received the Quality Oklahoman Award from Governor Brad Henry in November 2003, and received the Melvin R. Loman Medal from the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology at OSU in 2013 for national and international leadership, technical contributions to industrial engineering and quality assurance. Now, therefore, I, William Joyce, Mayor of the City of Stillwater, do hereby commend Dr. Kenneth Case for his tireless and dedicated academic service and to our community, and hence declare today, May 2nd, 2024, as Kenneth E. Case Day in the City of Stillwater.
Thank you, Mayor Joyce. Now it's my honor to introduce Dean Huang, who joined OSU about a month ago. So Dean is a well-accomplished. He has been on a higher leadership team in a variety of universities, including Northeastern, University of Northern Texas, and University Massachusetts Dartmouth. And he has been on a fellow of multiple societies. And please, Dean Huang, would you mind saying a few words? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, great Dean. Thank you, Mayor, for being here. And thank you all for being here. I have met a few alums. Mitch, thank you for supporting us. Mike, thank you for coming back. Thank you all for being here to honor our Dr. Ken Case. It certainly gives me tremendous pleasure to be here for a good reason. I'm sure you feel that pleasure also for a good reason. And that good reason certainly could be this beautiful room, or the food you're going to get, or the beautiful city, right? But that's probably not the key reason. The key reason is really the good people that we have here, the good people we honor. And we all recognize loving people is what turns a house into a loving home. By the same token, it is the great people, the great faculty, great staff, dedicated staff, and our students that make a beautiful campus a great university. And in that sense, we are certainly proud of having a lot of great people on this campus. I can, tell you the names. Probably that will take 10, 20 minutes. That's not the purpose of this remark. We have a lot of great people. If you look at our faculty, we have recently we have new National Academy member. We have several that are doing superbly well. They testify in the Congress. They're leading research in the nation, and so on and so forth. However, one of the greatest people on this campus is unique, and that's Dr. Ken Case. He's unique at least in two ways. Number one, he received all his degrees, bachelor, master, PhD, from this college, from this university. And who is going to say that our degree is less than anyone else's, right? Thank you. You make our degree that much more valuable. That's not all. Dr. Ken Case was also a faculty member And that corroborated what I was telling you. We have great people here that include great faculty. And as a faculty member, you have demonstrated how wonderful our people are, how excellent our faculty are. So you really make this college shine, and you also make this city of Stillwater shine. As the new dean, and also a future resident of Stillwater, I wanted to thank you very much, and go Posts.
Now it's my honor to invite Dr. Sundaresh Harigu to say a few words. Probably he doesn't need introduction. Thank you so much.
Well, up a little bit. So I first came to know Ken in the mid-1990s, and I was going up for promotion at RPI. Somebody said it'd be good to get a letter of recommendation from an NAE member. And so I didn't know too many people. I didn't know Ken, but I figured I'd just give him a call and see what he thinks. He wrote the letter, and my promotion happened, and I guess, large part because of you. But that was my first interaction with Ken. And then 15 years later, when I arrived here, I gave a talk at my interview, and he came right after, thanked me for it. But as soon as I took the job, I became Ken's neighbor. I made the smartest thing that I did was becoming Ken's neighbor, because I could, reach out to him anytime I wanted for advice. Ken and Lynn have given so much to this college, to this department, to this university, and every one of the people that has crossed their paths. Just yesterday, a couple of days ago, I was giving a talk at another university. There was a student who had, and I'll give you his name later, Ken, Hussein actually his first name, but he was here only for one semester. He was originally from Turkey, and so he's been exposed to instructors from all over the world. He's been here only one semester, and he said, the best ever course that I've taken in my life was from Dr. Ken K. So please say hello to him. That's just one example. In fact, if you look at every one of the students that he has taught, I'm sure they will say the same thing. For me, the big benefit of having Ken as my neighbor and as my mentor was I could lean on him for a lot of advice. In fact, the Cowboy Academy of Industrial Engineering and Management would not have happened without his involvement. He and Lynn have an extensive connection with all of the alumni, and so we were able to go back and recruit members. Of course, there are others in this room that I've helped as well. Ken not only has, I mentioned about all of his awards. I had a whole list that I was going to mention, but it's already there, so I'll skip that. I don't think there's anybody like him that has received so many awards in their career. He's truly a giant in industrial engineering and management. Nobody like him. And I think it'll be a long, long time before somebody like him treads our path. What Ken has done, again, through his life is, helped so many people, even after they graduated. He taught them well while they were here, but when they are going through their careers, he's helped them out, providing counsel, nominating them for awards, and he's written countless, I have first-hand experience with that, countless numbers of reference letters throughout his careers. He still continues to do that. Certainly the MS ETM program that he established back in 1998, that's thriving. That's a moneymaker for the university. So Ken has given in multiple ways. He's been generous with his time, generous with his money. Last year he launched the Ken and Lynn Case Endowed Chair in Industrial Engineering and Management. And they're not done. They'll keep giving in more ways than one. Ken, you are leaving the legacy here that it'll be hard for anyone to follow. And I'm ever so grateful to the two of you for all that you've done for me to be successful in this in my job as head of industrial engineering and management. None of this would have happened without your involvement, and for that I'll forever be grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Haragu. I know a lot of people want to say things to Ken, and we've asked a few people who feel so inclined to say words. We've had a video collage. Yes. To talk about what Dr. Ken Case has made in their career, their life.
I first met you when I was a student at OSU a few years ago. You were an amazing professor. You knew how to make quality systems fun. You were obviously very smart, yet very down to earth, and we all knew that you really cared about your students. You have always come to every board meeting prepared. You go above and beyond as a board member just as you did as a professor. You always really understood our culture, fit in really well with our culture, and always gave us very wise and sage advice. You always focused on our customers, quality of our service, and looking for OSU students that you knew would be a good fit. I've always had fun with you and Lynn, whether we're just out to dinner or cheering on our Cowboys. Congratulations on an honor very well deserved.
My name is Gui-Ping Hu. I'm a professor and school head of Industrial Engineering and Management at Oklahoma State University. I came to know Dr. Case about 20 years ago. I was wondering, what kind of personality Dr. Ken Case has? He's such a wonderful individual to interact with. I can count on him on advice. He will constantly show up in school events to support our activities. I came to know that Dr. Case got the Wellington Award, which is the highest award in the Engineering Economy Division. He has the Ken and Case Endowed Chair. They also have the Ken and Lynn Case Endowed Scholarship, and his generosity to the school is very well noted. So I want to say thank you, Dr. Case, for your contribution to the school, to the university, and to the industrial engineering field.
What can you say about a guy like Ken Case? He's just so genuine and so kind. I remember my design of experiments class with him being particularly impactful, and the number one thing he has done is he has been an example, a mentor of how you conduct yourself in this world. I don't see any way that we could find a better example or steward for our school than to have Ken's name on an effort that seeks to give back to people. You deserve to be recognized for your efforts. I love you, friend. Thank you from not only me, but all of us.
Congratulations, Ken, on being honored by your alma mater in this way. It didn't take very long for me to realize you're the brother I never had. But you know, anytime I needed help, there you were. I remember in Blacksburg that there was a hornet's nest. I don't remember how you found out about it, but I looked up and here you came. And the way you were dressed, oh my goodness, it was like some creature out of a horror movie. You attacked that hornet's nest like it was World War III. Well, you took no prisoners. In fact, none survived, including the Bush. I've been blessed to know you and to love you. Thank you for everything you've done for me, for my family, for the industrial engineering profession. Congratulations. Best wishes.
My name is Stacy Roble, and I am a 1992 graduate of IEM. When I was in school, Ken Case was one of my favorite professors. After career fair, a company named Exxon was interested in interviewing me. I remember going to talk to Dr. Case about it. He was extremely helpful, as always, and gave me sage advice. And it has been wonderful getting to work with him again since the inception of the Cowboy Academy. I am absolutely thrilled that we have chosen to honor his legacy by naming our new IEM Giving Society after Ken. He has given so much to the profession, to the IEM department, as well as all the students that he has touched through the years. Ken is so deserving of this honor, and I will be happy to be one of its inaugural members.
Hi, my name is Dr. Eric Woodruff. I have studied at several universities, UC Berkeley, actually left there to go to Oklahoma State, and I only had Ken Case for one class but he made a wonderful impression on me. I think he is a fantastic instructor. His just positive nature. He's a great dresser also, and just the way he handles things made a big impact on me. I've gone on to be president of several associations, a few Hall of Fames. Congratulations. I hope you have a wonderful retirement, and we all love you, buddy.
My interactions with Ken Case began in the mid-1990s. I knew him to be a giant in the field. When I came here in April 2013, Ken came to talk with me after my presentation, thanked me for it, and when I got the job, he became my closest friend. All of the successes I've had, it would not have happened without him and Lynn. Ken and Lynn Case are gifts that keep on giving, first to the profession, then to the School of Industrial Engineering and Management, and broadly to Oklahoma State University. Giants like Ken are a dying breed. I'm so proud to be one of his beneficiaries. If you ask Ken, he will say, "Oh, it's no big deal." But Ken and Lynn, you are a big deal. IEM, SEAT, and OSU will eternally be grateful for all that you've done and all that your legacy will do for us. Rita and I wish you the very best and a long life.
Hi, my name is John English. To say that I'm thrilled to be here today to witness the creation of the Kenneth E. Case Giving Society is an understatement. It's a credit to a person who's positively impacted the lives and minds of thousands of engineers across the country and the world. I am forever indebted to you, Ken. You demonstrated unmatched excellence in the classroom. You demonstrated an unmatched ability to break down a problem. Your classroom was rigorous. You made us work hard. You made us work really hard. I affirm that we learned so much. So I want to wrap all this up by saying a big thank you to Ken, to Dr. Case, for all you've done for me and all the other engineers across the country. And nothing more fitting than to create the new Kenneth E. Case Giving Society for the IEM department at Oklahoma State.
Ken, congratulations. I want to take this opportunity to say how much I appreciate what a big influence you've been in my life. You're the man that introduced me to quality, to Deming, to Ishikawa. You also showed me how important it was to treat everybody with respect. You also showed me how to be tough, but also fair. All those things I incorporated into the way I taught and how I operate. And I just appreciate it. And I really appreciate being able to beat you in racquetball all those years ago. Thanks.
As an IEM faculty, Dr. Case had an incredibly successful career. He is also very successful in consulting activities, which allow him to bring all the real-world experiences back to his teaching, preparing his students to be successful for the real-world challenges. Dr. Ken Case is very supportive of IEM activities. He still comes to the departmental events, symposiums, celebrations. I feel extremely lucky to get to know Dr. Ken Case personally. He is a role model to me for career and for life. I want to say thank you to Dr. Ken Case for his generous support and for his inspiration.
I met Dr. K back in 2009 when he visited Vietnam for his businesses. Later, Dr. K inspired me to apply for IE program at OSU. It didn't matter how busy he was with his own businesses. He could patiently listen and explain everything in the most simple ways, but still made me feel great about myself so that I could keep nurturing my enthusiasm for knowledge. I didn't think that I would pursue the career of an educator, but Dr. Case has shown me what an educator really means. Most people might remember Dr. Case for his achievement, but to me, Dr. Case is one of the greatest educators that I am lucky enough to learn from.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm a PhD student at Oklahoma State University, and I am truly honored to express my profound gratitude to Dr. Ken Case, by whom I received a scholarship that has not only lightened my financial burden toward my education, he has also pushed me to always strive for excellence. This scholarship has truly inspired me to also provide support and help for people who might be in need, whether it's financial, information, or any kind of help. And sir, you are truly an inspiration for me, and I pray that God bless you, your wife, and your family, and that you may enjoy the rest of your journey. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Greg Watson. Ken has been a guide for me since we first met back in the early 1990s. I look at Ken as somebody who I could respect. He was somebody who's been there. He's done everything you can in the professional roles of being an industrial engineer. He's been president of IIE or IISE now, as well as ASQ. His quality vocation, he's practiced both in companies as well as on the board of directors of corporations. And he's been also a leader at the OSU and within the whole state of Oklahoma. You have been a guide to me in my own career. And so Ken, I take my hat off to you. You have been an exceptional person and one of the most influential people in my lives. Thank you.
One's heart is not measured by how much you love, but rather it is measured by how much you are loved by others. As for me, I met Ken really more than 40 years ago. I needed a mentor that would spend countless hours with me discussing, quite honestly, ways to think. I was often wrong in what I was thinking. Ken helped me think about it differently. Ken helped but reflect back on gatherings of alumni. And when a few students get together, they reflect back on their times at Oklahoma State, talk about Dr. Case, this glitter in their eye, and sometimes a tear about how much Dr. Case meant to them, how much he changed their lives. Dr. Case, thank you for what you've done for me and my family. Thank you for what you've done for all your students. You've done it selflessly, and congratulations on all your successes.
Hi, Dr. Case. David Hartman here. I'm highly honored to share my thoughts on this IE occasion to recognize you, and I thank Dr. Hu, Mitch Myers, and their team that brought this opportunity. One phrase that Dr. Case used to use a lot was, so what? And tell you, in all the endeavors in which I've engaged, in research and in service and in academic teaching, the phrase of so what has always struck me as being so important to be able to answer. You are that special reason, that special cause that has made a real difference in what I've been able to provide to my students and to colleagues and so forth across the planet. Best wishes to Ken and to Lynn, and I hope to see you again.
There's three things that kind of stand out in the world of industrial engineering. Having all three of those is a distinct honor. You and I happened to be on the selection committee in the National Academy of Engineering. It was getting late in the day, and a number of people were working at making it faster. And you stood up and said, "Wait a minute, folks, this is really important." Get everybody's attention. I said, "Oh yeah, that's right." So other people, it doesn't sound like a big deal. To me, it's obviously one I remember because it was many years ago, and I really used that as kind of a bellwether of you. I'm wishing you well, and thanks for this opportunity, and thanks to everybody that made this possible.
My name is Dr. Jennifer Glenn, and I am on the faculty in Industrial Engineering and Management. I could not be more excited about the formation of the Kenneth E. Case Society. Dr. Case was definitely the most influential person on my professional development. He gave me the opportunity as a master's student to work with him on a grant where we actually went out into industry and taught quality control and statistics classes. And that fundamentally changed and formed the way that I continue to teach my classes. And for that, I will always be deeply grateful.
My name is Laura Raymond DuPont, and Dr. Case got this big city girl from Chicago to come down to the middle of Oklahoma to pursue quality and get my master's degree. From the minute I arrived at OSU, Dr. Case treated me with respect and care. As a colleague, he is the one person from all of my years in school that I have never lost contact with. To say he changed my life is an understatement. While I was at OSU, Dr. Case turned 50. A group of us grad students decided to express our love for him by creating a set of caselets. I picked out a few to bring back memories for all of us today. There's "Hey guys," an intro phrase indicating that the supreme being Case wants your attention. "Middle of the road," said when Case believes something is straightforward. Unfortunately, we later find out that it is an 8-lane superhighway. Dr. Case, you have never stopped holding my deepest respect, nor have I ever met another person like you. And I send you my love and care always.
Again, I believe that through the Ken Case Society, you will be recognized for a generation of future students who will be inspired to follow your example of giving and a lifelong pursuit of excellence. I've enjoyed your quick wit and humor, sincerity. Perhaps even more, I've marveled at your quiet, self-effacing humility. But interestingly enough, I ran across a fairly hefty report on a project we completed. So the first impact you had on me, Ken, was making an A in this course. Lastly, Ken, I want to thank you for your efforts to nominate and campaign for my induction into the Seed Hall of Fame. I'll be eternally grateful and thankful for your thinking of me. Thanks for being in my life, and thanks for teaching me a lot.
Ken Case has been and remains a role model to me. To this day, I think of Ken under two situations. The first is when I'm thinking of expressing myself and trying to stay above the fray in adverse situations. Without fail, I think of how Ken would have dealt with it. Second is when I'm dealing with my graduate student in terms of the responsibility as well as the role I need to play in nurturing their careers. Ken, you have been a class act and an amazing role model. And thank you for everything that you allowed us to observe and learn from you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Stay well. Bye.
We owe Dr. Case and Mrs. Case everything. Now to this stage, you have stayed with us.
Throughout, they have actually been there for me. They have pretty much been family away from family here.
This is a textbook, Reliability and Maintainability Engineering, given to me by Dr. Ken Case. Still see his notes in here and markings. Said, Prala, do well.
To me, he started off as Dr. Case, but eventually became my pizza buddy.
Thank you, Dr. Case, for everything. K5, Romeo Alpha Oscar.
And this is W5, Romeo Alpha Oscar.
Goodbye and over and out.
Ken, it's obvious to you. Technical part of this team. So Ken, do you mind saying a few words, please? And Lee, please.
Thank you very much. Thank
I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to stand with you. You want to get in front? Do you want to go in front or stay right here?
Just bring the volume down on the main.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry for the technical. I'll go ahead and put this on. Alright. Hold it off. Other than that, I think you're ready to go. We're good now? Can you hear me?
No.
No? Check. Maybe come up a little bit on the check. Sir, just to the right. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
How are we doing this time? Good. Better? I'll come over. First.
Homework was due 3 seconds ago.
What did you say, Prahlad?
Homework was due 3 seconds ago in the beginning of class.
Yeah. What are you referring to? We have a few little rules in my classes, and one of them was homework was to be turned in within 3 seconds of the start of class, and that's 3 seconds real time. And our clocks sometimes were working perfectly, and sometimes they were not. And these folks learn. You've got to figure out the right time is, and get it on your watch, or get it. I was going to say get it on your phone, but that was too long back. Anyway, I virtually never had any trouble after that on getting started and so on. So that was what I was referring to. I got a comment about Lynn. Now I think we got married in about the 3rd grade. True story. We both went to Edison High School in Tulsa, and Edison has the big building, and then it has a smaller building that is for sports events. So, and there was a hallway between the two, and Lynn was walking through there, and I saw her, and the next time I saw her again, and I thought, and this is true, I want her to be my wife. We had never talked. You want to sit down? Or?
I will. We didn't want to stand with you, but I'm going to sit down.
Well, it's not a bad idea. You saw the difficulties I had getting up. That's how it is with cancer. So it's a struggle. So and that's also one of the reasons why we were late getting here, and I apologize. That was my fault. Go, get ready, do it. And then I told her, here's my phone. This is on the way over. Quick thing, will be calling any second. So Lynn answers it, and I kind of told her what to say, but she answered it and said quick, oh, is that today?
I started yelling at
I think they heard you all up and down the block. I appreciate all very nice comments today. I have to say, take those comments and divide by about 2 or 3, and then you've got it, okay? So, and now the folks off campus, are they still tuned in? And
Yeah. This is what they are seeing, and they're showing on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to single out 2 people that many of you may not know. John White. John, I think that John was pre-recorded, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the one with the hornest.
Okay. That's true too. Now, John's been a good friend. We started our careers at Virginia Tech in 69. And John, in my opinion, but I think a lot of people would agree, is the most outstanding industrial engineer of the last 50 years. Number 1. He's done everything, and he's done it so well. And I won't even try to get into his background and all of that. The other one, and by the way, I'd say he was my industrial engineering mentor. My IIE, what was it? It was AIIE, then IIE, then IISE mentor, and he just a wonderful guy. And if any of you remember the engineering economy book, my name's on it, but Jones is at the top, as it should be. The other person I want to single out, probably very few of you know, but Greg Watson on there. Greg he's an incredible person, and he has done so much in the quality world. I'd rank him right in there with Noriaki Kano, who's obviously in Japan, but Greg he's done so much and continues to do so much, and he helped me so much, and I just kind of followed his footsteps, and so had a great career in the quality side. And then well, so much for that. Now let me think, there was something else I wanted to mention here, and I wrote it down, I think, but maybe not. Yes, just wanted to mention IEM has a strong history with the societies, IIE, IISC, and so on. And I just wanted to read to you some of the past presidents. Wilson Bentley. Does anybody know Wilson Bentley or remember him? You're showing your age, Al. I mean, you never show your age. And Wilson Bentley, so Joe Mize. Now we're seeing some more, because I think I've got this somewhat in time order. Me. Lee Blank. And Lee Blank was a past president. In fact, he and I were in graduate school. And if you've ever been around when we were both together, somehow we got into the habit of he's Leland T. and I'm Kenneth E. And I don't know how that got started, but it's a fun little deal. And then Sundarish has been elected president of IISE. So congratulations, Sundarish. There's another award that's very nice, and we have a decent presence in that. It's the Frank and Lillian Gilbreth Industrial Engineering Award, and we H.G. Thusen, and don't tell me you remember him, right? He was before Wilson Bentley. So he was a long ways back, but he was a Frank and Lillian Gilbreth award winner. Joe Mize, great guy. Paul Torgerson, does that name ring a bell to anybody? Paul Torgerson. Well, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. What were you doing? Are you hiding over there? Torgerson, Mize, and John White, and I have that award, and Lee Blank has it as well. I think there are 5 with either a direct experience with a student or a faculty member with our university and our department. And then Greg Watson, in the quality field, he not only was president of ASQ, but he received the ASQ Honorary Member Award. Very, very, very tough to receive that. So that's a great deal. And I consider Greg one of us, but he could go to some other place and be recognized as one of them. And he's in Finland, by the way, and he's traveling all over the world all the time. But he's very, very well known. A lot of people would like to claim him, but I really claim him. So, let's see. Let me just see if there's anything else I had on here. I see so many faces here that I know, and hope we get a chance to chat a little bit. And again, I'm really sorry for being late today. That was entirely my fault, although I'd love to be able to blame Lynn. So, thank you for coming.
Dedication to School of Industrial Engineering and Management. I'm pleased to formally announce the establishment of the Kenneth E. Case Society. We need to do it online. And this is to honor your sustaining support and gift to IEM, OSU, and also broader industrial engineering discipline. I want to make sure that this is a living and sustaining society that will be able to honor Dr. Case for generations to come. The support we received will be used for scholarship, research, and also faculty excellence. I'm especially pleased to announce that since the soft launch last week, we received 8 new pledges, all at $10,000 and above. Thank you for the support. And on the table, there are pledge cards if you're interested in supporting the society. We have pledge card throughout the venue. And the next page shows the different donor recognition levels. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go into detail. In closing, we have installed a panel in the hallway to recognize Dr. Ken Case and the donors, which will be updated annually. And for those of you who are attending in person, I invite you to stand out in the hallway for the reveal of the panel. For those who are attending online, thank you for joining, and I hope to see you soon. So go to the hallway for reviewing of the panel. So while we're gathering, I forgot to appreciate first a few groups. First, David Nittler, who proposed the idea of Kenneth E. Case Society. And there's a subcommittee. We have been meeting on a weekly basis in the last 5 months to plan for this society. Mitch Myers, Mike Bartlett, where's Mike? Thank you so much. And I know Stacy was online, John English was online, and Tom Braden was online. So Mitch, tell them that it did acknowledge them.
Yeah, I will tell them.
Okay, so thank you so much. And my staff member, so let's still wait 1 minute or so until people walk down. So I want to say thank you, Chrissy Wheeler, and in Seed Marketing, Luann, Allison, Tammy, Maria, Matt, IEM staff member. I cannot do this without their support. I think that's everyone, so let's go ahead. Are we ready? Okay. Ready? Yes. We had been hiding this in the last week. So, you know, the formal event has ended. I know some of you are biting your arm trying to get to the food, so the reception is just one more.
By the way, when I was in the dark on almost all of this.
Good.
And the one lead, two leads, Dave Nittler, Dr. Nittler, called me and said, "What do you think of this idea?" I hadn't given it any thought, so that was about my response. And then Tom Britton called from California, and he knew this was happening, or gonna happen. So that's really the first time I found out about it. So it's a pleasant surprise, and I am so proud to help represent IE. And the MSETM program, which I didn't even mention anywhere, but both of them are just wonderful programs.
So I invite everyone to go back to the room to have reception, and you can take as many pictures as you want.